This is a Nguzu Guzu canoe prow figure from the Solomon Islands. This is not a piece of junk for the tiki room. This is one of the oceanic pieces that I've been collecting for a lot of years. I don't have a big collection of things, but sometimes I see something I really like. This carving was made to be sold to tourists, and it's from the Solomon Islands, and it probably is from the 1960s to the 1970s. Now, the original canoe prows, these are ornaments that would go on the front of the canoe. They have a opening at the bottom here. They're hollow, so they could fit them onto the canoe. And you can see this is a rather big one compared to my hand here, and it's very well done. Now, the original ones would have been painted kind of a black tarry paint, and they were used by the tribes. Now, we don't really know everything about the oceanic crafts because the secrets were guarded closely. There were tribal things for the people, and those were their things, and they were not so free to share that information with outsiders. But then there were also things that were made to be sold to tourists. Now, some of these are very crooked, but this one has a really nice symmetry to it on the face. This one's holding a skull. Now, the legends are that if they were holding a skull, then it was going to be a warfare excursion. And these were headhunters. A lot of these tribes were headhunters. They thought they could get the power from the other person by bringing back their head and then keeping the head. If there was a bird carved in the front, then it was a peaceful excursion. Now, I'm not sure that that's correct, but that's what's been sometimes written down about it. Supposedly, this figure represents a deity that's half man and half dog, which is why the face is so elongated in the front. And they do really well to put in these mother of pearl. I mean, they'll carve the whole thing out. The mother of pearl pieces all have to be carved individually. And then after they're put in, they put in some kind of substance in between it, kind of like you'd put in grout in tile. So they didn't carve every single little insert out, but this whole thing was carved out. So what workmanship on this? I had two of these and I sold one of them. That was a smaller one. This one in particular, I usually end up getting pieces that are on sale, and they don't know what they are. Sometimes the people don't research what they are, so it'll just say wood carving with mother of pearl, and no idea what it is, and sometimes you can get it for a better price. This is a very, very heavy wood, and it's very polished. And now they have better tools. Way back when they were just making these for themselves and there were no outsiders on the islands, the tools were, rather rough tools like stone tools where they could chip away at the wood. But this obviously has been made with some modern tools. So I just thought I'd start out each episode showing you something really beautiful from Oceania. And now let's get to the junk tiki stuff that I'm making out of junk for our tiki bar room area. What I'm doing is I'm taking, these are the inner cores of some garbage bag rolls that I use at work. And they are so thick and hard, they're almost like wood. You can't crush these. You could even stand on them, even though they're made of cardboard. They're so thick, and I hated to throw them out. I had thrown some out, and then I thought maybe I can do something with them for the tiki room. So what I did with the first one is painted a face. I designed a face and painted a face on it. And I'm going to make as many as I can, depending on how many rolls I get this summer. I do have 4 rolls to work with right now. So this is the first one. And I'll show you my design for the second one. Okay, there it is, and I just taped it on with little rolls of tape. Now if I had a big wide pieces of tape, I could maybe cut these out with an X-Acto knife and then use spray paint in some way. But what I'm going to use here is a paint pen, and I'm just going to trace it, and I'm going to paint it by hand. Well, just looking at these things, I don't think I want to paint them colored like this one. This is the first one I tried doing. I think I'm just going to paint them white. Trace the paper and then paint them white on the different colors and just have them two-toned like that. And I think I'll like that better than having a bunch of different colors. I think it looks a little too garish to have it in colors, especially if I have a row of them. So we'll see how that looks with just a plain old white. Got some leftover house paint. I think I'll use that.